Here's my spoiler review on the movie. Absolute. I'm a diehard fan. I gotta tell you this right now. I'm gonna go through the movie chronologically. The beginning. Oh my freaking god! The beginning was chef's kiss. The Newton brothers. Once again, even though you recycled the same intro song, beautiful, beautiful. They predicted that. People predicted that from the beginning. Beautiful. And my boy Afton pulling up in the movie theater too. That was perfect. Absolute perfect. The way Charlotte was killed perfection. Perfection. Scott definitely knew what he was doing with the intro. Like, I wish the movie was more center focused on the pizzeria, because at times they leaned off quite a bit to the dreams again. Come on. Good thing about the dreams, we got a surprise animatronic, which was Circus Baby. I am so happy. But I kind of knew who it was. It was either her or Candy. I was kind of hoping for Candy. Circus Baby this early into the movie franchise is... okay, it's alright. The reporters, compared to the guys in the first movie, they actually had substance to their character. You felt like they were more relatable than those goobers who knocked up the pizzeria in the first one. They actually had something going for them. They were sort of likable characters, to be honest. How the guy, one of the guys, got killed by Mangle. Beautiful. I was like, was that the bite of 87? You know what I mean? Then, who's another person? The guy who went into the tunnels. He was a little dumb for that one. I give him that, but he still had some substance to his character compared to, I mean, for example, Hank, or even Carl. Carl barely said anything. He actually said stuff. The characters, the Phantom team, they had chemistry compared to the first people. They didn't even talk. They didn't even talk to each other. They actually had chemistry here, and I like that. And of course, I was hoping Michael Schmidt was William Afton's son, but it turns out there's another fucking Michael. There's two Michaels now. Michael Schmidt and Michael Afton are two separate people. So Vanessa has a brother that she don't talk about. I was hoping we would get Michael Afton, which I was right. I predicted that one too. I was freaking happy about that. I was so happy about that. Michael Afton just gave the paranormal investigators a tour of the pizzeria. With that, the lady went into the freaking music room, and you activated the puppet. Of course, the puppet was fueled by agony. There we go. The red lines. One thing I hated, though, this is the first critique I do have. Why the heck did you make the puppet possess the people like that? It was not good at all. It looked cringy as fuck. Cringy as fuck. I gotta say that. It looked cringy to the max. The puppet, though, was absolute peak. It was perfect. Perfect. Everything. Down to the last minute detail was perfect on it. Beautiful. After that scene, the movie started going up and down. It was a bit of a roller coaster with the scenes. Then we got back to Michael, the science fair activities. Then Abby going back to the OG pizzeria. Cool. Okay. She went back, didn't find nothing. The OG animatronics were hiding somewhere. Keeping Afton hidden from public. Yeah. And then, as I said, roller coaster. And then we cut to the school scenes. The little guy, Abby telling the story to the kids. That little guy who convinced Abby to go back. This whole movie is your fault, bro. Like, honestly, that is all your fault. The little guy on the bus. If you know who he is. Yeah, and then we go to the science fair part. Was okay, I guess. The build up to the science fair was not there, but it was there at the same time. There was barely any stakes. At this point, Abby, when she went back to the OG pizzeria, she found the fast talker on the floor. Okay, and we got something hilarious too. We got freaking the freaking Freddy Fazbear. I love you, Scott, for that one. You're a good troll. Your writing is getting there, man. I feel like with the third movie, it'll be there. It'll be to the point where the consistency of the story is not a roller coaster, but you'll be to the point where there's a decent pace. Okay, but back to the movie. So we get to Chica. Chica's there, right? She's the first one to talk to Abby. Let me tell you, this Megan Fox lady, I don't know who she is, but she did a phenomenal job with Toy Chica. A phenomenal job. Absolute 10 out of 10 for her. Good job. She, with the toys she carried, honestly. Kellen Golf, dude, that man was perfect. He was wonderful as well. No complaints with him either. The only person I did have a freaking problem with is Matt Pat. And of course, I can't stress this enough, man. Matt Pat, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? No one wants you to be goobering around. We want you to make theories. I know you left for your family and stuff, bro, but what were we? What were we to you? You know? We made you. You know, like William Afton says in the first one, we made you. We're the reason why you are what you are. And we're eternally thankful for everything you've done, but no one cares about style theory. No one cares about food theory. People care about film theory and game theory, of course. Just go back to game theory, bro. Please, please. That I like the new guy, but it's just not hitting the same. We go to that channel for you, Matt Pat, for no one else. Just leave the Hollywood behind you, bro. You did a okay job at best, and I'm being nice too. I'm trying to be honest, man. You need to go back to making theories. This debauchery that you're going on, being a senator and all that as well. Come on, man. What are you doing? Anyways, I went on a little side tangent. So, finally, we get to the point where we got to Chica. Chica going with Abby to the science fair. Now, that part, they apparently helped her to make the little Chica from the trailer, the little see-through one, which was actually pretty cool. She was helped with that by her, and the a-hole professor was like, "No, I don't want you here." Tossed her little Chica on the floor and shattered it to pieces. And then they were at the point where Chica was mad, the toy Chica. She went with Abby to the school. Oh, did I mention the puppet possesses them? Yeah. Duh. So there's only one soul controlling the animatronics, and it's Charlotte. Charlotte was absolutely great in the film. Her actor was great. Everything about her character was great, but there was everything we wanted from the puppet was there. And this is when the movie starts going through more of the roller coaster. As I said, it goes up again when Toy Chica kills the guy. Because in this movie, because we all know the kill count's gonna have a field day. There's only 4 kills in this movie, man. Like, I was hoping for more. Come on, we're so Toy Chica kills the professor. Then we get to the point where Toy Freddy's roaming the streets, like, cause Abby deactivated the facility's perimeters or some crap like that, which was actually a decent idea, but by the looks of it, the other lady, the paranormal investigator, looked like Vanessa a lot, and we were at the point where we thought she was dead. We thought she was dead. Thankfully, she wasn't though, and she was in a box, and they got her out of the box. And then we get back to the point where now Mike realizes that Abby's missing at the toy fair with Chica. And he's talking to Mr. Henry Emily about what happened to Charlotte and the lore. And of course, Vanessa hiding stuff like usual, you know. She did this in the first movie as well. It's like, Vanessa, you did a great job with that, but like, honestly, you had way too much secrets that you keep when you're talking in your sleep. There was just a bunch of secrets there. She did go back to help them. At this point, Mike found a second pizzeria, and he went there, by himself, and that's where he discovered Vanessa in a box. And this is where the point where the movie actually goes back uphill. And oh my gosh, it was freaking perfection. The horror elements were sprinkled in because I was promised it would be pushing the PG-13. It was not. It was not. But the Wizards, bro, they carried the whole performance. They were freaking video game accurate. Oh my goodness, the jump scare for Freddy was absolute perfection. That was perfection. And the little kicker, Balloon Boy's bitch ass got his head ripped off him. That made that was a 10 out of 10 right there. And then he deactivated the Wizards because Toy Chica. Oh, did I mention Toy Chica activated the Wizards? Yeah. So really, there's no much surviving the night. It's not really Five Nights at Freddy's. It's more like 1 hour at Diddy's at this point. And honestly, that was the peak. After that, Mike leaves the facility and we start going down again. He returns to the OG pizzeria begging for help from the OG animatronics, which they weren't there. But apparently, he got nothing out of it. Then we cut to Vanessa trying to escape the pizzeria. She's driving while Mangle's on the roof of her car. Mangle absolutely did nothing in this movie. Toy Chica, I'm telling you, Toy Chica carried the toys. Toy Chica carried the toys. Toy Chica had the most screen time. Of course, they paid Megan Fox probably a bunch of money because apparently she's super famous with Transformers and stuff, which I didn't know. I mean, I like the Transformers movies, but I didn't know that. So, we're at the point where Vanessa attacks Mangle with going violently, moving the car, hitting it's a old Chevy Tahoe, I believe, and she just rams it into a ditch, gets Mangle off. Her car's messed up at this point. She's trying to get to Abby, and we cut back to Mike leaving the other pizzeria, trying to get to Abby as well. And then Vanessa's car breaks down. And this is where the point where Toy Freddy and Toy Bonnie are causing havoc with people. And when we hear Toy Bonnie speak, Matt Pep, please go back to making theories, bro. I cannot stress this enough, man. Please go back. And then we go back. We get to the point where we get back to Mike's new house, which is not a new anymore. It's more like a righty, beat down, goofy out place. And then here's the kicker. So, all the animatronics were being controlled by good old Michael Afton. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was hoping Michael Schmidt was William's son, as I said before, but he wasn't. He was nothing to him, and that made me a little sad. But I was hoping Mike and Vanessa, which probably is not even her real name at this point. She's a lion snake. And her name's probably Elizabeth, is what I'm thinking. And what I'm thinking is Mike killed her younger brother, which Fajon actually was on point with the Michael Afton and William dynamic. That Michael was was helping him out, was like his dog, pretty much. He knew he was doing bad, but he was doing it anyway. He couldn't escape his abusive father. Because I feel like Afton was a hurt man. He was very hurt. He was probably a good man until the bite of 83 happened and his son died, is what I'm thinking it happened. And then he discovered Remnant in a drunken rage. But it doesn't line up because Charlotte didn't die outside this time. Well, Charlotte was hated by everyone in the pizzeria. That's why she hates the adults. She doesn't necessarily hate William, because the adults didn't help her in the beginning. So just to cut it short, though, perfect. Oh my! At this point, the movie's climax was absolute peak once again. But I am so thankful for this one not having any fort scenes, man, because that killed the first one. In my opinion, that killed the first one's suspense element. Come on, making the friends with the OG animatronics. But speaking of the OG animatronics, they return one last time and they save Abby, Mike, and Vanessa. So what happens is Michael Afton confronts everyone with the toys all circled around, revealing that he was controlling them the whole time. Ooh, not really the puppet. That's how they got reactivated. So, guess who pulls up? Guess who did hear Mike's prayers, Mike's hopes and prayers? It was the originals. They came into the house. First, we see Bonnie. My man Bonnie pulled out freaking Mangle out the window and ripped her to shreds. But first, Foxy came through and defeated Bonnie and stomped his head. And thank you for that, Foxy. You're the GOAT, bro. That's why you're in my top 10 favorite animatronics of all time. Thank you for stomping Toy Bonnie. I hate that guy, especially now that, you know. So then we get good old the Fredster himself ripping Toy Freddy in half, which was freaking legendary. I freaking lost it when I saw that man there. Just going off of me making my Freddy, which was almost accurate. I'll get into that in another video, but pretty much, yeah. So we're at the point now where the movie is coming to an end, but guess who's didn't die? Toy Chica. She comes back after, because Abby was possessed by the puppet for a bit. She came back. And then Toy Chica popped out of nowhere. And her chest was all open. My boy, he was devastated of what happened to Chica. And then OG Chica pulled up like she was the imposter, which she was, and then ripped her freaking head off, clean off her body. And that's where we cut to Mike absolutely hating Vanessa's guts and leaving it to our guesses what happened to her, because we saw at the very end that the puppet possessed her. And that's pretty much it. Oh, of course, and we got, it's been so long, at the end credit scene. I freaking expected it. I saw it coming a mile away. And then finally, we got the post-credit scene. My boy's back. Oh, he looking beautiful, old springy boy. They're doing the OG attraction. Funny thing too is there was a character named, never mind. I'm not gonna do that to my boy, even though he did ditch us. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. My boy Afton's coming back in the third one. So I kind of predicted it in my little video that I made like 2 years ago when the first one came out. Well, anyway, that's pretty much it. See ya.